Alright, gang, welcome back to our Pioneer Challenge on Alone in the World. It's October, year one, like I said. Year one. October, day one, like I said, we were going to be jumping to October. Now, we do need to fertilize this area down here for a second application, so that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to have to touch up a little bit. I screwed that up already. But anyway, so we're going to do that quickly. We have 2 fields to harvest today. Specifically, this soybean field and this canola field. So, not exactly what we need to be able to continue to progress the series along for the challenges, but nevertheless, that is going to be some product for us to sell and make some money off of, so that's good. Now, so I just literally, I'm doing these back to back. I literally just finished doing the previous episode of this series. Literally just finished it. And I worked on the edit, got that done. It's doing the processing of my editing program, my software. And normally when that happens, what I would always typically do, just to try to, use the best use of my time, I would then go out and start working on a thumbnail. And a lot of the times when I use my thumbnails, I utilize, Microsoft's systems, their programs. Some of it's AI, some of it's not, to help assist me with doing some of the thumbnails, right? Doing some of the backgrounds, things like that. They have evidently, and I haven't done a thumbnail in a couple of days, but evidently they have now updated their AI system, and it is absolute and complete, utter garbage. It is terrible. So I don't know what I'm going to do here, gang. It might be a little rough for a little while, I guess, on thumbnails until I figure something else out. Do the best I can. Might end up having to just utilize some directly out of the actual game itself, which is less than ideal. I understand that, but until I figure out something else, this might be what we have to go with, because their new system, it's so bad. It is so bad. It won't even let you upload an image to utilize as a base point to make anything. So their designer system is all screwed up. So I don't know what I'm going to do, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. I'm either got to figure out something else, which I don't really want to do since I already pay for this stuff with Microsoft. Yeah, so anyway, I guess where I'm at right now is I'm a little frustrated and I'm a little upset. But we'll get through it. We'll figure something out one way or another. It just may not be the best quality thumbnails is what you're used to, I guess, for a little while until I figure something else out. So in any case, let's head on over here and start harvesting. Now, as far as what we're going to harvest first, I'm impartial. I really don't care. It could be either field. We probably should do the oil, the canola oil. We don't have any canola oil at current, right? So we probably should turn that on, do the canola oil. I mean, I guess I could do this one too. I've got to get the chaff out of here too. We still haven't done that. Yeah, I guess we'll do the canola. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but let's take a stroll to the right here. We haven't done this in a while, and we'll go over there. And in the last episode, I talked about how I got rid of some of those trees on that hill. We'll head over that way. It's going to be a little while because it's a slow moving machine here. But I'll show you what I'm talking about, the trees I got rid of once I get over there. Alright, so we're over here. So here you go. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. So this is the field in question I was talking about in the last episode, right? So I got rid of a lot of the trees that were pretty much here that when we tried to do a turnaround, when we do our traditional up and down, it probably would have had an issue with the worker, which hopefully now, there might still be, but hopefully now it's less of an issue than it would have been otherwise, right? Now, I do want to do a quick thank you and a quick welcome to Bandit Farms. It's a brand new member on the channel, so thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. You should be... Actually, I think you might have been updated in the last one that I did earlier today. So, the last episode of this series. But anyway, even if not, you should be in this one, in the end credits. The special thank you to all of you will be there as well. I'm working on a members-only series that'll come out when FS22 releases, so probably once or twice a month. Who knows? We'll see how that goes, but something special for all of you to thank you for being members on the channel. But I digress. We are harvesting the canola field here. We still have a lot of trees over here. We said we were going to get rid of a lot of these to try to help combine it. Well, I say combine. Try to, I guess, add to this field a little bit to kind of square it off. And we really haven't done that. So I don't know if we're going to get to it at this point. Obviously, my mind changes as things happen and occur, right? We start moving along and doing other things, and my mind goes other places, and we kind of run out of time to do that. And really, it was fun, but I don't really think we need to do it now at this point, because we are very, very close to finishing this. As a matter of fact, if we look at the map here, I believe these two, ooh, it might not be next month, actually. It might be the following month. So maybe we're not as close as I thought. Maybe we're not as close as I thought. But either way, we're going to be jumping to, well, maybe not. We might not jump to November now that I think about it, because we're going to have to re-drill these fields, right? So are we going to have time to re-drill them today? I don't know. If we buy another drill, yeah, absolutely. There's a disc harrow out there. This is the fast header, so this would actually speed this up. It would be unrealistic, but it would speed this up. It's the same header that I have here. It just allows us to go at a faster clip, so we could go, you know, the total speed you would normally go whenever you're not harvesting, right? But I don't necessarily think we need it yet. I mean, maybe we do, but I don't think so. I think we're okay for now. We're going to harvest this field. Once we get around this headland twice, I will put it on a worker. We're going to get the plow out, and we're going to start working on another field way in the far back that I talked about in the last episode, right? We're just trying to expand the farm, make more fields as much as we can. So that way we fully feel successful with accomplishing the other goal in stage 3 of creating a bigger, larger, better farm. But straw is the big thing we need right now. I could go buy straw from the shop, and we could end this series today if we really wanted to. But I kind of said from the beginning, and I've pretty much done that, with the exception of the very first episode or whatever it was, when we had to, we had to buy food for Jester, right? Other than that, anything that we've had to do within the challenge itself, we've utilized it from stuff that we've actually planted and harvested ourselves. I just happened to waste a little bit too much of the straw, and I didn't think I was going to need as much straw as I actually ended up needing. I put too much of it in the BGA, so... Once again, I still don't know if you've commented or not already. I still don't know in regard to the straw we see here. If we go here, it says I have 14,000 straw somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's not in the silo, I can tell you that much. So it says storage, but I don't know where that storage is that it's being held at. I have no clue. It's not in any of these. So... I don't know. So we'll put that on a worker for now. Let's find our John Deere. There it is. Now, we've been doing this a lot lately. I understand that. We've been doing a lot of plowing and drilling a lot lately. I get that. And I don't necessarily want to do a third episode where that's all we're doing. I think that's very repetitive, given the nature of the game is already repetitive. But I guess that's, really where we're at. I guess the only thing I could do is do some of it off camera, but I mean, why, right? Why? I might as well just go ahead and do it. Probably should put a track in over here. Right? Now that we kind of have a lay of the land of where we want everything and where everything is going to be going. Clearly there's a track that's going to be running this way for the fields that we're going to make over here. And we just kind of have to be a little careful here. We've got to get rid of some trees, right? But we kind of have to be careful with where we're going to start at. We don't want to be over our area here. Looks like right about here is about the spot to go to. Probably could go a little bit further along, but again, I don't want to do something where we're drilling, or we're plowing, I guess, yeah, we're drilling crop in the field that we can't harvest. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could definitely go over a lot more than where I'm at, but that's fine. That's close enough. The last thing we really want to do is get in a situation where we have crop leading over into another field that we can't harvest. It would drive me insane. I'm sure it would drive you all insane as well. So that's the last thing I want to do. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Hopefully you're doing better than me, given the fact of what I just talked about early on with Microsoft being a complete and total moron and ruining another thing. They just ruin stuff nonstop. I don't understand them. I'm paying them money, too, and then they decide to ruin it when I'm paying them money to help me. Gosh, that's so freaking frustrating. Anyway, I already talked about this. I don't need to go back on a rant again here, Z. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. It just sucks, man. It wasn't the best, but, I mean, it did help me out a lot. Like, it got me through some of the things that, you know, I've lost over the years, because I think some of you know, some of you don't know. I went to school many, many years ago to be a graphic designer, and then I happened to graduate about the worst time you possibly could to be as a graphic designer. When I went in, it was supposed to be a top 5 needed job in the country. When I got out, it was a top 5 least needed job in the country because the economy was so terrible. So it was a less than ideal situation, I guess. But up until this point, I've been very happy because the products that Microsoft provides, the designer products specifically, that's what I utilized. Up until this point, at least, that's what I utilized. Was very helpful to me. You know, I could relive what I went to school for a little bit and didn't have to, you know, completely remember every single thing about Adobe. Which, to be completely fair, I don't remember everything about Adobe. So it was helpful having that program, and now it's complete and utter trash. So I'm going to have to figure something else out. I don't know if that means I'm going to have to get back into trying to utilize Adobe again and pay for that, which is very expensive, much more expensive than I was paying for the Microsoft program. Or what, but I'm going to have to figure something else out. So I used, I've said this before to all of you, but I guess I really hadn't talked about the Microsoft Designer program that I use, but I kind of used a mixture of that and a program called Canva, which is a little bit more famous. Well, I don't know. Microsoft, maybe Designer is famous. I don't know, but I feel like not as many people talk about the Designer program that I was utilizing in comparison to Canva, but I also use Canva to help. So kind of a mixture of both. The Designer was really for me just to help create the actual background of the thumbnail. Typically what I would do is extract the background from, you know, whatever image it is. So an example, if I wanted to, if this is what I wanted, I'd get in close here, right? I'd get a picture of it, whatever. And then I would just kind of crop out the rest of the background because it wasn't the best quality. Like, it was kind of blurry-ish. And I would take that and utilize, you know, some of the Designer features, so like some AI and other things, right? And try to mock up the same image with the assistance of the Designer AI program. And then I would take it to Canva and then obviously touch it up some more, right? Whether I need to do some blurs or I needed to do upscaling or whatever it is. That's what I would do. That is no longer possible. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Gosh, it's so frustrating. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore, but I'm just so frustrated by this. This is... I feel like I need to go start drinking. Anyway, we're going to carry on here, getting this field all plowed up. It shouldn't take too long, but we do have to bring over the Tree Devour mod and a trailer at a minimum to get rid of some of these trees. There are quite a few trees here to get rid of in the middle here. 6-ish, something like that. There's quite a few. Realistically, what we should probably... Well, I guess I kind of went too far down now. I was going to say, we should probably try to get rid of a few of those on the end of that little forest there, too, to try to make this a little bit more of a traditional shape. But, yeah, we'll work with it. It'll be fine. So you've seen me do this a lot in the last couple of episodes, the plowing here and then getting rid of the trees and all that stuff. So I will just do a little jump cut here. I suspect that field over there that we have the worker harvesting will be done by the time we're done with all this. Well over time for him to be done. So we'll see where we get to, and I'll be back with you shortly here, gang. All right, we're carrying on here. I just obviously sold some more wood chips there, so we're getting a lot of money here. All the trees are gone that I need to get rid of to continue to plow that field up. We still have something to do, obviously, because we just finished getting rid of those trees, but we're getting close there. This field down here is done, as you can see. I've got it just in the harvester here. I'm just going to drive it back this way. We'll unload it into the semi here in a few seconds, but we have to come back this way anyway with the harvester, so I might as well just leave it in here for now and drive it back. So that's what we're going to do. Now, as far as the canola itself, I think I'm actually going to put it into our brand new mill at the other end of the farm rather than over here. It's a little bit faster working process, so we're going to do that, I think. Which means I need to turn that on, first of all. Here we go. So we'll take it to the old General Mill. There is still some carrots in there chopping through, so that's still going well. We still have 4 pallets of carrots underneath our little cover over there. We don't really necessarily need it at this point. Because Jester still has plenty of root crops, so we really probably won't need it. We probably will maybe keep 1, maybe. We could probably put the other 3 into our production here, so we might end up doing that. So let me get this back over here. We'll unload the crop into this, and we can bring it back here. Oh, actually, there's wood chips in here. Somehow it cycled wood chips over here. I must have went past it accidentally, and it dropped some in there. Move this out of the way. We can dump those. It's not much. It won't give us a whole lot, but we still can't put anything in it until we get rid of them, so... $167 liters, yeah. It had to be just a drive-by that somehow it caught the trigger to put some in there, so... Now, I was just going to potentially just do a little jump cut here, but, I mean, I might as well just stay here. This thing goes so fast, we're going to be up there in seconds. $128,000's pretty good, though. We could potentially buy some other things, like we talked about in the last episode, right? Buy some more equipment. Try to bulk up the farm a little bit, make it a bigger, greater farm per the requirements, right? There's the honey we talked about in the last episode as well. See, quite a few pallets going there. Almost 3 full pallets now. I gotta watch that corner. Oof, I almost jackknifed that. Looks a little barren here now that we got rid of that that pit, so maybe I can think of something else to put there. Who knows? All right, 99%. There's still some in here? No. Okay. So I'm going to actually do the harvest over here. We'll probably put a time lapse in doing that harvest. I'm going to get the workers started on this, though. We're going to take that product back to the mill, like I said we were going to do, and then we'll probably flip to this and do that. Before we do that, though, I'd like to get the worker re-drilling that field over there. So the worker may end up actually getting a lot more of this field done than I'm anticipating or expecting, but we'll see. We'll see what the worker gets done, I guess. We'll probably have to do a little touch-up here because they're not going to go perfectly, as they ever do. But that's okay. So I'll get this back to the mill. We'll get the worker doing the drilling over there after I do a headland pass, maybe 2. And then we'll take over for the worker doing the harvest there. Watch out, chickens coming through. Looks like I needed to make my my track here a little bit bigger with this semi here. Didn't really make the corners wide enough. That's alright. We're not killing anything, so that's all that matters. It's just weeded grass. Not gonna hurt anything. Alright, all of the canola is in there now. It should be going. It is going. Good. So, we're gonna make some canola oil now. I'm just gonna put it on selling, because why not? While we're here, let me see if I can unload that chaff into here and we can bring that over. I don't know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know where I go to get it at. Is it back here? I don't even know if I can get the semi back here. I might have to get the tractor over here. I'm gonna be honest with you, I love this mill, but I've never really done this. I don't think I made that wide enough to even get back here. I guess I did. Oh, so you can drop the canola back out. There you go, there's the chaff. That's what we needed. Okay, so yeah, that's how you do it. Alright, well, I probably should have gave myself a little bit more room knowing that, but oh well. So, we need to turn on the chaff silage from here, and I need to do a little bit better job here of hitting the trigger. Which, with having that much silage in there, gang, I think there's no reason for us not to go ahead and do a distributing. I better just do storing. I am going to load up a full trailer of this, though, and we're going to take it to the BGA. It's just going to make us some more money. We don't need that much silage. There's no reason to have that much silage, actually. Like I said, I probably could just go ahead and do distributing, but I mean, it goes through it so quickly that it's early at the 10 o'clock hour. It's going to get through that chaff before it distributes, so we definitely want to have some silage in here. We just don't necessarily need 200,000 worth of silage. So it's not a lot, but it is some, so we'll drop this off at the BGA on the way back, and it'll eventually get us some extra money. Alright, we're moving along here. I've got one headland pass already complete. We're on the second one, which we're not going to do a full second one. We'll get down here to the end. We'll throw it on a worker and let them do their thing. We're putting barley in here. We only have one barley field, I think, at current, so this was good to have another barley field going, so. And then once I flip this around, like I said, throw this on a worker, and then we will take over for the worker doing the harvesting. Giving it a little bit of leeway there. I know up there I kind of screwed up, so I don't even know if it's actually going to hit it or not, but giving it a little bit of leeway just in case. Let's go ahead and end the worker's reign here of this field, and we will touch up this section over here. And we will get underway here. Once we're done with this little touch-up, we'll begin getting the rest of the soybeans up. It's there's a lot of soybeans here. This is a big field. This was one of our bigger fields before we purchased that other plot of land. So this is going to take a while. So let's get at it. I waited for the worker to come back around and got a full load here. So we're taking this down to the new mill here. It does allow us to put soybeans in for soybean flour. We're going to do that. We have the flour on auto selling. It will continue to stay on auto selling moving forward and make us some more money, right? So things are going good there. There's about, I don't know, 1/3-ish. What, just jackknifed it. 1/3-ish left of the field there to harvest. It looks like the other worker has run out of seed and or fertilizer. So we need to top that up. I believe I turned this on already. Let's just do a quick save here and make sure. I did not turn it on. So we need to turn on the soybeans. Done. I might as well turn the barley too, even if we don't have it. I might as well go ahead and do it. So there we go. So that's going to make us some money. Let's go ahead and grab this. Worker actually didn't do too bad of a job. There are a few misses here, but we can go ahead and do the rest of this ourselves. We'll touch this up. Won't take long. And once that's done, we're going to jump back onto the other John Deere, and we are going to work towards finishing up the rest of that field, plowing that field. Still nothing major out here. So we're not going to worry about buying anything, but let's fill this thing back up with seed and fertilizer, and we will finish off that field. Okay, that field's done. We're going to go ahead and get the soybeans back out. I'm going to put soybeans right back in this same field that we're actually harvesting. Now, I probably won't start that one yet, but we're going to do that anyway. We need to herbicide that field over there. We're going to need to herbicide this field over here as well, but it doesn't necessarily have to be this episode, I don't think. We might do it this episode, certainly, but I don't think it has to be. So I'm going to leave that here for right now. This is empty. Yes, it is. Good. So that'll start churning through and making us money. I'm going to leave this here for right now. I don't necessarily think we need to jump on that just yet. There's still plenty of room in this one. Well, there's always going to be plenty of room in there. I shouldn't say that. I think you get what I mean, though. There's plenty of room before it would be full for the actual the semi, right? So I'm not as concerned with that right now. I'm just going to put this here right now, even though it's not really where it belongs. We're just going to stick it there. Go back over here, jump on the plow. We can get the rest of this field plowed up. We may not even put anything in the field on this one today, but at least get it, complete. We talked in the last episode, I think, about doing a smaller field somewhere in here. I've kind of rethought that. I don't think we're going to do that. If we do it, we'll put a little field right here where I said we were going to make our grass field, and we can utilize the area that I said we put a little field over here as our grass field if we need more grass, which I don't think we will. So I think I've changed my mind on that one a little bit. Probably put another field here, maybe, depending on how the situation goes. I do think there's a high chance next episode that the wheat field will be ready to harvest. If it is, that's fantastic. That's what we need. We need that straw. If we get that straw in the next episode, that could potentially be the very last one. If it's not ready to harvest, then we're going to have at least, I guess, 2 more, right? Just depends on... Well, I'm hooking up the wrong way. What am I doing here? Dummy. Get it together, Z. So you can see I got a good chunk here done, but there is still a lot left to do. By no means are we almost finished. We have a lot to go here, so I'm going to continue carry on here. We'll get this done. It won't take me too long, I hope, and then I'll be back with you. Alright, this field is all plowed up and ready to be drilled. We are going to save the drilling for another episode if we have time in another episode, if we don't complete the series, that is. So I'll go ahead and put this back away. And I think the worker was done at the harvest. There might be a few minor things missed, but I think they were done at the harvest. So we'll jump over there and take a look at that. And probably begin the re-drilling of that field maybe as well. We'll see where we get to. Okay, so the worker's not quite done yet, but they're pretty close, I think. There's some spots there that we're going to have to touch up. I think I've made my decision just based solely on the fact that, as you know, some of you know at least, I made a post that I'm running out of time here before I had to leave the country. I'm not going to get enough videos done, unfortunately, to have a daily video while I'm gone. It sucks. Work's been brutal for the last couple of weeks, and my boss has been out of town, so I've had even more on my plate, and it just has not gone to plan. So it is what it is, right? I gotta live. So But I'm going to get as many of these done as I can. And with that, I think we can kind of make this one a little bit shorter to help that, hopefully a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. We can drill in the next episode. I do truly believe, I don't know for sure, but I do truly believe that the wheat field, at a minimum, will be ready in the next episode, which will hopefully get us to the point where we can end this series. Not that I necessarily want to end this series. I'm having a lot of fun with this series, but I think it's time. I think it's time to end the series. And that'll help us a little bit too, I think, with trying to speed up some of the other series, which really there's only 2 series left now that I'll be running on the series after this one ends. So yeah, we're going to take what's in here. We're going to drop it into the trailer. We're going to go put that back in the mill, as we talked about. We're at 180 grand. Before we end today's episode, we have a few other minor things I want to accomplish. Namely, I would like to buy a few other pieces of equipment, as I talked about, right? I got all these barns and everything, but I really don't have anything in them. So let's get a few other pieces of equipment to round out that a little bit more. Go ahead and turn that off. We'll go ahead and put this away, and so we can kind of just move this around from shed to shed as time needed, right? So I'm going to put it back over where it had been housed for the longest time. And then I'll get in the semi, take it back to the mill, and I'll meet you at the mill. Alright, there we go. Dropping that in there. So that'll be nice, making us some good soybean flour. We are going to jump into this, and we are going to jump on Jester because we've yet to do anything on Jester. So what we'll do is we'll ride Jester around while we buy some other equipment with the 180 grand that we now have. It's a lot of money. Will you let me get on Jester, please? Thank you. Just going to ride them off kind of into the sunset here. Let's see. What can we buy? What would be useful for us to buy on the farm if we were to extend the farm for a lot longer? A telehandler would probably be nice, right? To help those pallets. So let's get a telehandler. And we want some forks here, so we'll buy those. Perfect. Okay, that's done. Probably another tractor of some sort would probably be useful. We're going to have to be very limited here. We don't have a whole lot of money, but maybe get a smaller one. Yeah, these are a little pricey already. I don't need anything crazy, but something... This case would be nice, I think. Yeah, we'll buy this one. Okay, 66,000 left. There's not a whole lot else really we need. I mean, I guess upgrading the harvester would be potentially something we would do, but we don't really have the money for that. We wouldn't even have the money if I wouldn't have bought what we already bought, right? So, I mean, the drill is really probably something I should have did instead of a third tractor, maybe, but eh. Yeah, we don't have quite enough for that. Okay. Fertilizers we're good with. We don't need any of that. All of this stuff we're fine with. We wouldn't need any of this either. I think I know what we're going to do. We're going to put down some generators here. We don't have a ton of money, so we can't put down, you know, everything we would want, but we can put down some of this stuff that I've never really utilized before, like some of these windmill things, right? Let's put some of these down. We'll make ourselves a little bit of extra money by doing this. Where do I want to put these at? I guess up in here would be not be bad. Alright, there we go. Nice. Alright, so we spent some money. We spent a good chunk of money, actually, as a matter of fact. And we still have a lot of money we're going to be making because we've got all that silage that we're likely not to use, right? So, alright, Jester's back at the stable. Where is he? He's over there. We got to brush him off. He should be good, though, after that. Yeah, he's good. Alright. Well, with that, gang, we're going to leave the episode there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. It's the best and easiest way to help me out. And until next time, I'll catch you all in the next episode.